Hi everyone. In today's treatment, we are going to be using PDO threads to treat this patient's fine lines. This can be referred to as necklace lines or tech lines. There's various names out there, but this patient is just barely starting to form some fine lines, and I'm going ahead and just marking out where I want to place my threads. In this treatment, I use 29 by 40 twisted threads. And my markings here are just a gauge of where I'd like to go, just to kind of eyeball where I want to place each thread. It doesn't have to be exactly where my line is. I'm just trying to plan out how many threads I want to use and how many I will need. I'm just going ahead and pulling her skin taut and going ahead and inserting my thread. These are pretty easy to insert. It is a little bit more difficult on the neck because it is a curved area. We just want to go ahead and follow the curve of the neck. Sometimes you'll see me there just checking where the tip of my needle is to make sure I'm going into the correct plane. In this treatment, I do one full side of the neck and then I remove and move on to the other. That is my preferred way, but you can definitely just go straight across and remove all of your threads at the same time if you would like to. This is a great treatment for collagen production, a very natural way just to prevent and also hopefully give her a little bit of volume over time with her own natural collagen in this area. This is the patient's first treatment of 3. We will be retreating in about 4 weeks and then 4 weeks after that. So a total of 3 treatments, 4 weeks apart to get that full effect from the collagen stimulation. As you can see there, I just had to give that one a little extra oomph to get it in, but I'm just going ahead and moving down to the next row here. This is overall a pretty comfortable treatment. The patient was numbed topically prior to. You can see that she is a little red from that numbing cream. But overall, it is pretty comfortable and also a very quick treatment as well. This is also a great treatment for patients who may not be ready for filler or may not even need filler. She just has the very start of getting these fine lines. So at this point, we are just trying to prevent them from getting any worse. And I'm giving these a 360 turn prior to removing and just pulling straight out. As you can see, my needle is coming out and my thread is staying behind. And we are going to go ahead and move on to the other side. I'm giving her a nice make sure all my areas are clean, and now we are going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side of the neck. She was cleaned prior to this treatment and, like I said, numbed. As I stated, the markings are just kind of a gauge to where you want to go, but you really can't go wrong with PDO threads. You are going to be stimulating collagen no matter what, just from kind of the insertion of that needle and then the trauma that we're causing by doing that 360 turn to leave the thread behind. So I'm really just trying to give an even spread and make sure that I'm covering majority of the areas in those fine lines. And she will be having 2 more treatments after this as well. 5 threads come per pack, so typically I won't do a treatment with less than 5 threads. In this treatment, I used 5 per side. I have a few more here, and this is in real time as well, so as you can see, it is a pretty quick treatment. This area is always a little bit harder because, again, we are going over a curved area. So you just want to make sure you give it a little bit extra oomph and just make sure you know where the tip of your needle is. That one I ended up going back and pushing it a little bit farther in because I was worried that my thread would not fully engage. So I just made sure prior to removing, giving these a 360 turn and pulling straight out. I'm going to go ahead and clean the patient up, and I will see her back in 4 weeks.